proud Prince Harry today took an important step in introducing his bride-to-be to the world stage, as she attended her first major event on behalf of the royal family. Just over a month ahead of the royal wedding, former actress Miss Markle joined Prince Harry to meet with youth delegates taking part in this week's high-profile Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in London. The event comes days after the newly appointed Commonwealth Youth Ambassador paved the way for his fiancée's emerging role, saying she's hugely excited about joining him in his duties. The bride-to-be looked businesslike, in a £1,450 belted pinstripe dress by Althusser, with a Camilla and Mark blazer worn in a trendy shoulder-robed style made popular by the Kardashians. And she added another fashionable touch in the form of a Norton bag, £171, opting for an on-trend crossbody style and killer black suede heels by Tamara Mellon. It is unusual for someone who has not yet married into the royal family to be involved in a high-profile occasion such as the Chogm summit. But the Queen, who is head of the Commonwealth, has made clear she sees Harry and his future bride as linchpins of her work with the so-called family of nations. The Prince has been given a new role as Commonwealth Youth Ambassador by the Queen, and opened its Youth Forum on Monday. During today's event, Prince Harry was heard neatly sidestepping the cultural divide with his American bride-to-be, laughingly explaining the difference between a band-aid and a plaster. Talking to a group of young people who have spent the last 2 days brainstorming issues as diverse as climate change, women's rights and sport, Harry said, "Don't get sucked into the system of putting on the band-aid, American style." Turning to his future bride, who was born in Los Angeles, he explained that in the UK she would have to call them plasters, prompting much laughter from his audience, including Miss Markle herself. Akalika Christian, from Cameroon, a global peace ambassador, said, "They were really laughing about it. It's a Britishism, right?" He was explaining that you call band-aid plasters here. He continued, "It's difficult for young people to say to a government, you're not doing this right, you're not doing this right. What you have got to say is, how can we help?" Miss Markle, who has given up her acting career to devote herself to being a full-time royal, has no previous links to the Commonwealth, but has worked with the UN as a women's advocate for political participation and leadership, and undertaken several humanitarian missions. And she was clearly impressed by what she heard from the group of inspirational young men and women. "You're so energized," she said, "you've got this umbrella to hold you together. It's incredible. So stay in touch, maximize it." Karanarana, Mauritius, coordinator of the Commonwealth Youth Climate Change Network, complimented Ms. Markle on the campaigning she has previously done on the issue of women's rights. The pair discussed the He for She campaign, which encourages men to join women in the fight for equality. Miss Rana suggested that Miss Markle start her own She for She, to show that women were supportive of each other too. She knew all about He for She and that she really liked the idea, and that maybe she would consider it after May 20th, she said. The couple are due to marry at Windsor Castle on May 19th, and Meghan has voiced her desire to hit the ground running when it came to her official duties and her desire to facilitate change, with a particular emphasis on women and young people. The couple spoke at length with a group of LGBT campaigners, and promised them that gay rights would be a key feature of their public work. Jacob Thomas, from Australia, who won a Queen's Young Leaders Award for reducing the rate of suicide in the LGBT community in his home country, said, Miss Markle said, and these were her exact words, that this is a basic human rights issue, not one about sexuality. Prince Harry said that what was so amazing was that 10 or so years ago we wouldn't have been having this conversation, and how incredible it was that we now were. Mr. Thomas said the prince also admired his eye-catching grey leopard print coat. He loved my coat and I told him that he couldn't have it. He said not to worry, he had 3 similar ones at home, he laughed. Jonah Chinga, an LGBT activist from Kenya, added, both Prince Harry and Miss Markle said they would put LGBT issues at the front of their work. The Commonwealth Youth Forum provides an opportunity for the young people to build cross-cultural connections and networks, debate the challenges facing them, and agree youth-led initiatives to influence decision-makers, and ensure young people have a voice in its future. The Commonwealth's 53 member countries have a combined population of more than 2 billion, of which more than 60% are under 30 years of age, which makes its youth arm all the more important. Harry's new title, the first senior royal role given to him by the monarch, will see the fifth in line to the throne support the work and aspirations of young people across the globe, work to create links between young people, and to encourage them to use their platforms to address the social, economic, and environmental challenges of their generation. He and his wife will work both in the UK and abroad to highlight the value of the Commonwealth, and are understood to be planning a number of foreign tours to member states. Last week the Prince was also announced as president of a new Queen's Commonwealth Trust, a youth charity, of which the monarch is patron, which will provide a platform for young change makers across the Commonwealth, in the areas of education, sport, health and the environment. Chogm is a summit of the leaders of all 53 Commonwealth nations, held in a different member state every 2 years, where issues and policies of common importance are thrashed out. This year's event is particularly significant as it is expected to be the last time the Queen will ever attend. The monarch, who turns 92 this week, no longer undertakes foreign travel, and this week's summit was deliberately moved to London, in order for her to take part. The Commonwealth will take on an increasingly important role as regards trade and diplomacy when Britain exits the EU.